You're watching our State of Universal report. We've got the latest from Fast and Furious, news on Universal's expansion plans. The park is dead. We're walking on to everything today. We even got to the Toadstool Cafe. This show is going to be awesome. But first, let's get a vibe check down Universal Studios Main Street, I guess. We have arrived here in Hollywood at 12:04 in the afternoon on a Tuesday, well, I guess it's a Tuesday afternoon. I was about to say Tuesday morning. Lovely day right now. We're looking at 61 degrees, and it's probably going to stay in about that vicinity for most of the afternoon. It's quiet here, you can see. Not nearly as intense as we find it on most days. Very quiet, but it is still early-ish for a Universal visit. Just noon o'clock. People don't tend to get here at Rope Drop. It's not only the most hardcore. Oh my gosh, there's Beetlejuice. Everybody's out today. There's Hello Kitty out in front of her store. You guys ever been inside her store? I haven't. I'm not a big Hello Kitty guy, but the store is cute as heck, you have to admit. And they've got a new dining location out there at CityWalk, which we'll be talking about CityWalk in the near future here, but there's Hello Kitty. Oh, Scooby. Scooby. Zoinks! King Julian also, he wants to do a little dancing. Power Up Cafe just opened up. It's noon, so you can get yourself some Star popcorn or a pretzel and take care. The cab is back.
I was trying to figure out how many, so I can make. I think I'm going to make the big one.
I love this. I want more of this.
For parties, I'll just do that one.
If they could find some way to incorporate more of that into the parks, that would be great. I love live performances like that, not just singers or shows or whatever, but just people out there walking the street, entertaining folks. I think it's awesome. Let's get this party started. We're gonna head down this street right here and go check out Secret Life of Pets. Oh, there's Scooby again. He's solo today. Scooby, he's entertaining guests, having survived his encounter with Frankenstein's monster and the bride. Yeah, super chill, super quiet, right? Well, there's the bride. We found some garbage. They're mystified. So I have determined, I wasn't sure up until about a month ago, I am going to Epic Universe and I'm gonna try for opening day. The tickets that I bought are for, I got a 3-day ticket and it's for that 3-day stretch. Those dates, and I'm gonna try to go. Apparently it's gonna be first come, first serve, and I'm sure there's gonna be guests out there sleeping out in the pavement. I don't know if I'm capable of that. I'm gonna try to get in. If not, I'll go the second or the third day. But we are going, and the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, absolutely, is the bride and Frankenstein's monster and all that they've got going on in the Dark Universe land. I really hope that land is a success, because they tried to reboot those films. Nobody cared. They tried to reboot Wolfman twice. They got 2 Wolfman, or was it 3? I don't know, Robert Eggers. Anyway, they're trying to do, there's a Frankenstein movie in the works again. They're always doing Dracula. I don't know if people will resonate with those anymore, but I'm hoping they do, because I think that those are some of the coolest walk around characters you can find. All right, let's get into some show. I got that darn rabbit screaming in my ear. Secret Life of Pets. It's posted at, are you serious, 10 minutes? I mean, are we just gonna go right in here? Thank you. Are we just gonna go right in and check out Secret Life of Pets in a matter of minutes? Let's start the clock and see how real that is. That is, oh, I get to go through standby this time. I never go through standby. Oh. And there are more elements in here that you can experience than you could if you went through express lane. That's a little thing right there. You peek through the letterbox. Stuff like that. We're already in the kitchen. That's my dog, basically, right there. Hey, buddy. I know it is.
Still looking for Max and Duke? Yeah, I hear that. Story of my life. It's like, should I go down that tunnel to the left? Or should I go to the right? The world is full of so many mysteries. Okay, everybody's gonna
All right. Still haven't encountered a guest. The park has been open for 2 hours, so there should have been at least some kind of crowd here. Another kitchen. This is past the mix point, I think, with Express Lane, right? Express is already, we're here. It's one of these doors. I don't know. Right here. Yeah, this is part of Express Lane. So we've already merged.
Wow! It's like a never-ending stream of puppies!
Are we sure these aren't just the same puppies from before?
No way!
I'm saying we can't tell. It's not like they have collars.
By the way, still haven't seen the movies. I keep saying that. Every time I go on this ride, I'm like, I love this ride, never seen the movie. I should go see the movie. Still haven't.
All right, keep it moving. You in the back, why you moving so slow? Use that puppy energy. Move it! Move it! You guys want to practice wagging your tails? You in the middle. Wiggle your butt. That's not bad.
I was literally, there's just 3 people in this queue. 4. Those 3 guests and me. That was incredible.
Oh, hey, how you doing there?
I'm so excited. I'm gonna die, everyone!
Come on, go down the strong arm. Don't worry, if there was danger, my button senses would warn us. Don't look at me like that. We made it. Was there any doubt? I mean, actually, there should have been. This plan was crazy. It shouldn't have worked.
You're so cute. Please, please, please.
Yeah, please, please, please.
Oh, go pick up a leash. Awesome. What do you say? I am so happy for you.
Seriously. My favorite right there. I got it. All right. Oh, that's right. We're back over here. Now I'm thinking about food. I'm due to eat. It's 12:22. Look how empty it is here, man. It's 12:30. Let's go. Weekday afternoons, I guess. Not too bad. Not a lot of recon to do at Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. Posted wait time says 5 minutes. I mean, not a lot to argue with there, I would imagine, so I won't even bother poking my head in there. Looks like they have reopened Super Silly Funland. It was closed, if I'm not mistaken, last time we were here. It has been a while. This is going to be a very illuminating video for me today, I think, because it has been months. I feel bad. I feel like I should have been here more often, but it has been months since I've been to Universal, so there's a lot happening, including, dude, there's so much. Wait till you see what's been going on at the Fast and Furious coaster. I think we'll go there next. Wow. Wow. I don't even know what to say. So much of this was just foundation. Like, that's a whole new track right there, right? That's just all new track. There's loops and turns and corners and all kinds of things happening. That's obviously the queue, the show building. And I'm guessing this track right there is probably going to be the vehicles returning, the ride vehicles returning. Wow. When we were here last, all we saw were the posts. You know, those guys right there. They hadn't built any track hardly. There was a little bit of track over there as they were coming into the station. But this is like, it feels so complete almost. It's not connected. Look at the, oh my God, they've got a, what is that, a barrel roll? I don't know what you call that. And I don't know which direction it's going. Or is that just an invert? I don't know, man. That's wild. Like, you need a poet. I'm not sure if I'm the guy to describe the action here at this point, because I don't know the technical specifics of roller coasters to be able to say what they're doing here, but I mean, it's just really impressive. This is going to be a very turbulent, look at the angle on that right there. You're going straight, okay, yeah, it's going, that arrow's pointing up, so you're going straight up at that point. And where it's going to reconnect, I couldn't say. There's another point. Where does it reconnect? Does it move back down there to that spot there? Wow. Oh, here's a killer bank right there. See that? Quick bank. Is that? That's track also. I thought it was just catwalk, but that's track also. You know, one thing I've been curious about is that this is supposed to be Fast and Furious drift, right? You're supposed to be drifting, but the animatics that I've seen for the ride vehicles are 360. They're going around in a circle. It's not really drifting. They should just be, you know what I mean? Like, it's tilting to like halfway, 90 degrees, you know, not 180, but maybe 90, yeah. I'm not sure how excited I am about it going 360, because my stomach certainly can't handle it. I can handle a drift. I could definitely handle a drift, but I don't know if I can handle a 360, at least multiple rides. Anyway, it's going to be fine. I'm sure this is going to be an amazing roller coaster. These guys make nothing but amazing roller coasters. It seems like they're digging out some stairs here. I wonder if that's permanent. They don't exactly look official. But yeah, they're digging out stairs. And they still have more to build. You can see more foundations, footings, as it were. Yeah, not foundation, but footings. For a bunch more track happenings here along those stairs. Oh, here's some more. Heading down, it's going to keep going down the hill that way as well. They're starting to fortify right there, that stretch along the tram tour path. That's probably going to be for noise, I'm guessing, or to block the view a little bit. There are dudes. Oh no. I hope he meant to do that. I guess so. That was funny. Yeah, there's dudes everywhere, all over this work site. Something else that I find comical is that we're just now building a Fast and Furious roller coaster. They have made 10 movies. People are kind of getting sick of the movies, I think, a little bit, but they're just now building the roller coaster. I sure hope they're on time. I sure hope they're not too late. I don't think they will be, though. Around the corner, Here's that return we were looking at before. They've been building this for a minute. We've been watching them. This is the first signs of the track that we were getting. But that's the return back into the show building there, the Q building, which it's got its brick veneers for the outside, which is great. There's still scrim and scaffold around here. We'll get around the other side to see if we can get a better look at that. But looking great. I'm really feeling this right now. I'm really, really feeling this. Front view of the show building. And again, you can see the brick veneers through the little gaps in the scrim. So that's done. They're just putting on, I would imagine, the remaining facade elements there. Still more to build, but that looks like a pretty good sized building. It's gonna fit a lot of people, which is good because you certainly don't wanna have guests out here in the streets. This is gonna be very narrow. This is gonna draw a lot of guests, a lot of traffic, so you wanna be able to put as much of the show, as much of the guests, into this building as possible. You don't want any of this happening. You don't want any of these guests spilling out into the common walkways out here. That is bad show. Now, Universal is really busy. This right here, the Fast and Furious coaster, that's just what they're doing right now, today. And by the way, I feel like they're on pace to maybe be done before the predicted 2026, January 26th. I think they could finish that this year. But they're doing a lot more. They're very aggressive, not Epic Universe levels of aggressive, but they've got big plans besides this. I want to take you back out to CityWalk, talk about this hotel that they're planning. We're here at the Jurassic parking lot, and we should be able to get a pretty good view of the construction that's happening in the Woody Woodpecker parking lot. Look at that, man. Oh, wow. This is great. Another great view of construction here at Universal. They really do things up close and personal, don't they? So they've started the process of digging up all of this concrete out here, the blacktop for the parking lot. This is the Woody Woodpecker lot. And to give you a sense of place, you have to go past this building here, that yellow building. There's the Tilly's building. That's one of the last locations. Billabong is right there as well. And then through those palm trees, all the way over there, that's Tilly's there in the middle right of your frame. Just past that is the entrance to Universal. That's where Bag Check is, I should say. So that's our location. That's where we are now relative to the rest of the park. So it looks like what's happening is that they're starting here, but this whole lot, all of this lot is going to wind up being demoed, and they're going to build a hotel right here in this location. Now, we don't know a lot about the hotel itself, about its details, how bougie it'll be, or if it'll be a budget or a moderate or something like that, as in using Disney terms. There is something of a site map that we can refer to, and actually the space that we're looking at right now down there, that looks like, according to this image, this is by parkfans.net, that could be I think that's, oh no, it's not. Wait, where is the pool? Where are we? I'm trying to figure out where we are in relation to this map, because this is up above it. Hard to say, but you see it's a very wide space there for the actual resort hotel and the pool, etc. So this is certainly probably beyond moderate. Stay tuned. This is going to be really interesting. My question is, though, can this park, Universal Studios Hollywood, support a hotel, a giant hotel in that space? The idea being it's going to be right there in this line of sight right there, and guests are just going to flow into the park. It should be a really big deal. Now there's what, 8, 9 attractions here? And I'm not even I've said this before, I'm not exaggerating. There's literally just 8 or 9 attractions. The park itself is, today, it's open just from 10 to 6. It's going to be open for just 8 hours. So they recognize with those hours that this is not a full day park, but you're going to put a giant hotel in the parking lot. I think the answer is no. This is this park itself could not support an enormous hotel, so they must expand. It is necessary for them to expand. And that's what's next. We're going to go back into the park. We're going to talk about some expansion plans that might be happening here at Universal Studios Hollywood. All right, back in the park proper, heading into Simpsons Land. I kind of wonder, by the way, what the intrusion is going to be of all this on the Simpsons show. Or do they care? Because I feel like maybe Simpsons doesn't have a future, especially since Disney owns them now, and I'm sure that there's going to be some kind of agreement that's going to expire in the near future, and they're not going to want to, I don't think Disney's going to want to negotiate with Universal, right? So there's probably no future for this, but I guess we'll see. For now, I think I want to finish our observations Fast and Furious coaster because, well, I mean, look, they've actually done it. They actually did send that track over the escalators here, heading down to the lower lot. Look at all the twists and it's so convoluted. I don't know how. Okay, wait, I don't even know where to begin here. You got a track going this way, track going up, another track right here. There's 3 pieces of track in this frame right now. This one, and it's doing some kind of inversion right there. This one's doing a bank into, no, it's banking out of the house. It's gonna bank out of the house and drop down that way, right? That's the house inversion, and then you've got this thing that does an inversion while it's going over. Sorry, I gotta start that over. It's doing an inversion, this thing is doing an inversion while it goes over the escalators. And then, okay, again, I still don't know which direction is this going. This is the part that's baffled me. And now maybe we can visualize it finally because yes, there's track going under. It's going under. Mamma mia, hold on. I think I can figure this out because if that's, yeah, right there, that's the track that went under. Oh, no, I can't figure it out. I'm gonna say that's heading back to the station. I feel like that's the track going around. That's gonna head back into the station. So this is the end. You're gonna end by going under this son of a gun. It's incredible. I cannot believe the audacity of them building this roller coaster on the side of a hill over and under a whole bunch of escalators. It's literally audacious. I can't think of another word for it. It's the most descriptive word. That's just balls. It wasn't even that long ago. This is all just dirt and footings.
Safety, please do not sit on the
Look
steps.
at what they've done. Guys, that's not even, look at, okay, come on. Wait. Up and around and over and under. Just track everywhere. Inversions, banks. It's all over the side of this mountain. And like I said before, when we're over here, it's even going all the way down there by the fire department. It's just sick. Coaster enthusiasts out there, I would love to know how aggressive is this attraction in terms of its, where they're putting it on the side of a mountain like this. Is that unheard of? I know they're doing something like this in Dubai, I think, where they're building it like through a mountain, but I mean, that's a whole nother conversation. How aggressive is this for, let's say, a US park? How aggressive are these inversions and these loops and stuff like that? Where does this rate against other attractions or other roller coasters elsewhere? Look at that. That's just a convoluted mess of track right there. Incredible. Now, the Fast and Furious conversation by itself is absolutely fascinating. It's going to be a great addition to this park. And what I'm going to show you next is perhaps the most curious and interesting thing that I've seen at Universal in years. That's the second escalator down to a 4. Usually this is where you look out and we would do our video of Super Mario Brothers being built, the Mummy attraction, which is a conversation by itself, which we may get into that just now. But what I want to show you is this. The side of this hill, I'm getting a little vertigo right now, the side of this hill used to be covered in trees, just like that. But all this here, they've carved out all these trees. Why are they carving out all those trees? Why are they taking everything out? Why are they creating paths for vehicles to travel on this space in much the same way as they did when they first started building the Fast and Furious coaster? Again, audacious of them to be taking the side of a mountain and turning it into what? What are they turning this into, you guys? As it turns out, I've actually got a reasonably good guess. I have a reasonably good guess as what's happening here. But this conversation, what's happening here starts actually at the ET parking structure. Let's go back that way and take a look at what we can see from ET. So we've made it to the ET parking structure, and I'm going to show you some things. This is, if the idea is to create more space for Harry Potter, that's one of the prime sources of expansion. Harry Potter's been a huge success here at Universal Studios Hollywood, but it's only half a land, basically. It's very small, especially when you compare it to what they've got going on at Universal Orlando. Universal Orlando, though, it's bigger, but they're not connected. You have to take a train, right? You have to take a train from one Harry Potter Town to the other Harry Potter Town in a completely different park, mind you. Check this out. There is space here for a whole other Harry Potter land. And this is something I've been thinking about for a long time. I've heard whispers and things like that, but they've never really commented. Universal hasn't, and there's never really been any sort of proof. But okay, what this is right here, that is the Fast and Furious show, which by all accounts is horrible. Everybody hates it. It's like the worst show ever. It's poor, technologically speaking. It's the least creative thing that it was supposed to be a big deal at the time, but it's just bad. It's really, really bad. The acting is bad, the show is bad, and really there's no redeemable quality other than to be a point of criticism. Like, it's a joke now. And that's the best part about it. So you've got that building right there, or that stretch of buildings right there, and then you've got this is a set, the blue wall here. They would film films that had water scenes or ocean scenes, and they'd have that, it's the blue screen, but it's the giant blue wall. They don't really film here much, although I do think they did one recently. That's why that's a fresh coat of paint on there, which makes me second guess this idea altogether. But normally this is just never. I see people park here. It's become a parking lot in most cases. But you've got that space there as well. You could even conceivably go into the Nope set, although it's not very big. But I don't think that's long for this park either. But this is enough space right here, I think, for you to build, part 2 of the Harry Potter Town, and you would have to take a bus to get there. How do you get there? For that, you go to the backlot tour. Still in the upper lot, just before you go down the escalators to find the Universal Studios backlot tour, legendary attraction. One of the oldest things you can find here at Universal Studios. And as it turns out, a very close neighbor to Harry Potter Town. Right behind me is Forbidden Journey. That's the show building right there. That's the castle. The queue's back there as well. Just atop the hill from the lower lot where you board the Universal Studios backlot trams. Universal had plans to expand. The thought was perhaps maybe take over Simpsons Town, but I don't know if that's going to work out. Maybe it could be years before they can start working on that perhaps, or maybe there's not enough space because there's not a lot. The next thought was, okay, well, what if they came down here, down the hill? Also, not a lot of space, but what it does provide you is easy access from Hogsmeade. Take just some kind of means down here, walk down the hill or something, steps perhaps, a trail, and this is where you would board the bus, just like the bus that you have at Universal Studios Orlando. The space is already sort of perfectly set up for that kind of action. You basically create a terminal here in this space, and you got just enough space for the buses to load and unload over here. You can create a little queue area over there. Platform 9 3/4, as it were, right? And you've got yourself a loading station. Then you take the bus from here, you take that to that space, the Fast and Furious buildings and the outside sound stage or filming stage where they do the water scenes with the blue wall. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's completely logical. I love it. I love how everything is connected in this way. I love how easy it would be for guests to do this. But there's one problem. Where do you put the tram? Where do guests enter and exit the tram? Which, by the way, we're doing right now. To answer that question, we got to go right back up there. Head back to the escalators.
Thank you.
So if we assume that they're trying to grow Harry Potter Town, they need to put that down there where Fast and Furious is. And in order to do that, you have to bus guests to that location. And the most logical place to bus those guests from is the existing backlot tour tram loading area. If you're going to do that, that all makes sense. Then where are you going to launch the backlot tour? They're never getting rid of that. Where do you start the backlot tour if you're moving it from that space? Well, right here. I don't know where exactly, but I believe that this is what's happening. I believe that they're doing something to this hill in order to move the loading and unloading of guests on the backlot tour to this space down here. How you get them right there, right? So there's a path you could carve That's not it there. You can't go through there. The backlot tour actually goes on the other side of the track here, or the side of the escalator. I don't know if that gets back that way, probably not. So you'd probably have to have them pass through that section right there, perhaps. I don't, oh no, that gets backed up over there, doesn't it? How do you get guests from this space to reconnect with the backlot tour, which really doesn't begin. It doesn't really begin until you go on the backside of Jurassic World, which is right here. Nothing happens. That's why I'm kind of certain that that's what's happening here, is because the time it takes to, the backlot tour entrance is somewhere over there on the other side of that mountain, right? And it takes you down the hill and it passes you, and they're not doing anything. It's all preamble. It's all, let's get ready, we're gonna talk about it, here's some signs and here's some history, etc. But there's nothing to look at. That whole show, that whole stretch from loading to Jurassic World is just, they're stalling for time. And it's like a good 5 or 10 minutes. It takes, it takes way too much time. And I could see them, it's easily cuttable from the actual tour. The only trick is finding some way to get those guests from that spot to the other side of the tracks over here by Fast and Furious. How do you get guests wherever the buses take off or whatever from, I don't know where exactly, how do you get guests from here to here? That's the actual bus route or the tram route. Or, as I mentioned, maybe not even here, but at the end of this, on the other side over there by Jurassic World. And now I'm winded and exhausted from trying to contemplate all of that, but let me just, one final thing. I also believe that what they're doing here is in some future going to be connected to the Mummy. The Mummy has been long rumored to be a dead attraction walking, which is a bummer because I love it. It's one of the best rides they have. They only have 8 or 9. This attraction is amazing. I love this roller coaster. Even though it makes me nauseated, I love it. And it would be a shame for it to go no matter what they're doing. I just hope whatever their plans are, if there are any, it's going to be something amazing. By the way, I should add that it doesn't even necessarily have to be Harry Potter, although I think that still makes the most sense. But there's talk of Pokemon. There's something else that they're building. Link, Zelda. People would be down for Zelda. They'd be down for Pokemon. And one quick addendum to that conversation about expansion. People ask about the golf course. They're never going to buy that. The golf course is never going to sell. Universal cannot expand into the golf course. The residents wouldn't allow it. The city wouldn't allow it. Just imagine being a homeowner at one of those golf courses, and instead of having a view of the 16th green, you've got a view of a chiller plant. So these are multi-million-dollar homes. There's just no way. Universal, they don't have the power or the will to change people's minds in that regard. If anything, it would be the other way around. The residents of LA out there, they'd say, you know what, we'll buy Universal and we'll make it another golf course. That's probably more likely to happen. And now, finally, we arrive at the lower lot, and I just realized it's a slow day in the park today. It's lunchtime. I feel like I'm gonna head straight for Super Nintendo World and see if we can't get into Toadstool Cafe. It's been a minute since we've eaten there, right? And I haven't even tried everything yet. We're heading right there. Right, they are in fact allowing singles to get in the queue without a reservation. Oh boy, what? Now I'm excited because I went to Super Mushroom Cup, Mario Burger. Oh, you can't see these too well, but I don't know, man. I'm excited. Eventually, lunch was served. Just a word of warning, even though it's not busy, they still have a hard time doing the table service here. Took 25 minutes from the point I ordered to delivering this plate. That is the Luigi Burger Pesto Grilled Chicken. Grilled chicken, basil pesto, Swiss cheese, green pepper, and spinach, served on a brioche bun with a side of truffle French fries, and also with a side of what I assume is some sort of basil pesto sauce. Little cross section there for you. It looks like I may not enjoy this, but we'll see. Cheers, Fresh Baby. So the chicken is okay. It's a very large, chunky piece of chicken, so you kind of have to get in there and get at it. The basil pesto sauce, it's a very creamy sauce. I'm not sure if that's coming through there. It's lacking something. It's lacking a little bit of flavor, a little bit of maybe some salt or something like that, because it's kind of plain tasty. Actually, the sauce is almost like a cream of spinach, like they've just drizzled cream of spinach over it, which actually, now that I think about it in those terms, isn't too bad. The pepper is a nice choice too. I didn't think I was going to like the actual chunk of pepper in there, but that's working well. I'm going to try it with a little bit of this sauce here, which again I assume is a basil pesto sauce. They don't really say. I think it's just more of the same. Yeah. That's actually pretty tasty. This one's a little bit extra. Maybe the best news is those truffle fries, the crinkle cut fries. It's my favorite kind of fry. Only problem is these are a little cold, and it's not because I was filming, taking B-roll. They got to the table cold. They could use a little more salt, but I love the texture of these. So overall, it's not that bad. And for the price, that's $16.99. And that's a little bit on the high side, but now I see everything through the filter of that $18 chicken sandwich I got at Parkside Market that did not come with anything besides the chicken sandwich, just that, no fries or anything. This is $16.99, a decent tasting sandwich. It's a twist or a diversion from the usual cheeseburger type stuff. And the food here usually it's quite terrible at Universal, but this isn't too bad. So I'll give this a pass. I'll give this for $16.99. That's not a bad deal. Decent job, Universal. Oh yeah, I forgot we are in Super Nintendo World. We have more work to do, haven't we? For real, I was in there a while. What? The what? Is that 20 minutes? For Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge? 20 minutes? I'm sorry. We're going to find out how true that is. I wasn't really planning on it, but I expect we should be making a hard right. I mean, it's got to be practically a walk on it, because I feel like it could take you 20 minutes just to get to the end of the queue after the pre-show and everything. Gosh, never in my life. This is an absolute first. I've never not seen guests out here in this part of the queue. What is happening? Wow. Yeah. The 20 minutes is just a walk through the queue. Okay, now I have officially seen everything. This is incredible. We can walk straight through both rooms. They're not even doing the pre-show. What? We're going straight to our headgear. 2 lanes, never forget that, Fresh Bake. There's always 2 lanes. Don't have to follow anybody. Look at that. What are they doing? I don't know. That's our boat. I can't believe it. We literally just walked on. Took us 5 minutes. We walked straight in. Let's go. We're stuck. What happened? Yeah. All right. How'd I do? 134 is my score. 134. Let's see. How'd I do in the vehicle? Oh my gosh, I crushed. Look at that, I'm a champion. I think that might be my high score. That's certainly not the highest today. My gosh, 291. It's too bad that I can't show you like with the thing, because I mean I could do one or the other. I can't play and film because it's really hard to do with one hand while holding the whole thing. I need two hands to hold all that together. But that would be a fun ride to be able to kind of synchronize those two together. I still can't believe we did that in 5 minutes. We got in this in 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is me. We're also going to be able to walk through here peacefully. This gift shop is usually shoulder-to-shoulder guests everywhere. My God. What a crazy day. This is kind of wild, you guys. I'm really having a hard time wrapping my head around this. My whole objective today was to make a video about all the construction updates that we've been missing out on with Fast and Furious and the expansion plans, possible expansion plans, theories, the hotel. And now it's turning into, I can't believe how it is. We've walked on to both Secret Life of Pets and Luigi and Mario. All right, we just walked on to Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge, incredibly. I could actually meet them right now. The queue is, oh no, they closed the queue, so this is the last meet and greet.
Say, Luigi. Oh, Mario.
Oh my God. Seriously though, Mario and Luigi deserve everything that they get. Every bit of success that those two have, they deserve. I love Mario and Luigi. But again, I can't believe how much, look at all this space. This is how you measure crowd levels, especially here, is how much of the floor can you see? And I can see all of it. What is this video even? All right, we got more to do here. We've been down here in the lower lot for a while, and I've only eaten a sandwich and stuck on to Mario Kart. So let's get back out of here. We'll exit and go check out. I wonder if we could walk on to Transformers or Jurassic World. Well, there you go. Sure enough, Revenge of the Mummy, 10 minutes. That means they're walking straight on. You're going right to the vehicle there. And gosh darn it, if Transformers the Ride is also 5 minutes. Transformers is 5 minutes. Wow. Like, what's the commentary? You know, I was here last year at about this time. I remember doing a video Super Sunday, and it was busier then for sure. But that might, you know, well, that was Super Sunday though, but that was still busier. I don't remember ever seeing a day like this at ever. Never have I seen a day like this at Universal. This is a first for me. But again, maybe I usually am here on weekends. I have to put some thought into that. But I'm just kind of shocked. I'm just kind of shocked. I didn't know this was possible. I mean, I knew they'd be slow. They'd have slow days, but walking onto Mario Kart, no way. Even Jurassic World. They're going to call this 15 minutes right here on that board. They're going to call that 15. But I don't think so. I won't even have to use my 3 p.m. annual pass holder express lane. Oh my gosh. They can't even fill the boats. They can't even fill the boats, you guys. There's lanes open. Not only am I walking on, there's lanes open. They're not even filling the boats. Wow.
All the way to the opposite side.
When you board the boat, see all
Luckily, we're in the back.
When you shut the down the Hi guys,
Yeah, there was nobody in the queue behind us. We filled our boat, but there's nobody in the queue behind us. Incredible.
In the age of the dinosaurs, a vast ocean was home to
They having, look at the screen. It's all 8-bit. They're having some issues, I think. Yeah. 8-bit.
we will be entering Sullivan Valley, where plant-eating dinosaurs Containment failures. Repeat, multiple systems failing.
out of containment.
Do not panic. You can see me. I need you to keep your hands inside the boat. If you can hear me, I've said to help.
Keep an eye out for movement.
And face forward at all times.
What a day, right, man? We're not even done yet. I've been going on and on about construction and expansion and crowds, and we haven't even been to Hogsmeade. I've never closed with Hogsmeade before, but that's what's left. Fully expect this to be a dead zone as well. And already, you can tell, you can just see there's hardly anybody in here, relatively speaking. This place is usually packed. It's really chilly out here. Do you think we should be trying to get a hot butterbeer? There's not a lot of folks trying to get a cold one, that's for sure. Where do we go? Into the bar? I'm so tempted. Yeah, this one, right? Right here? Is this where we get it? Or do I have to go into Three Broomsticks? Let's find out. Indeed they do. What looks to be about a tall hot butter beer. And here at the Hog's Head, they serve butterbeer. You want to hear something shocking? You like scary stories? I love scary stories. This is $10. I don't even know how to end that story. This is a $10 cup of hot butterbeer. Maybe the last time I ever get one, because that is kind of offensive. Well, it's not even kind of, it's almost all, no, it's not all offensive because this is quite delicious. Oh, it might be my favorite thing on the planet, but still, $10. Stop it. Otherwise, not much to report on here at Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. Very light crowd. It's about 4:30 now in the afternoon, so we're getting close to closing time. Can you believe they close at 6? They're closing at 6 tonight. I guess they're like, why should we be open if nobody's going to show up? Yeah, I can see from here. Posted wait time for Forbidden Journey is 5 minutes, so there ain't nothing happening here. This whole park is a ghost town today, and I don't know if that's normal. As I mentioned, when we were down in the lower lot, I'm like, I'm having a hard time walking through here, though, apparently. I don't know if that's normal, because I don't often come, or don't have a lot of reps on a weekday in February. I do have an update on this hot butterbeer. It's so good. It's so delicious. It's my favorite version of butterbeer, and I love all kinds of butterbeer. I love the cold butterbeer. I love hot butterbeer. I love the ice cream, the butterbeer ice cream. It's so good. I famously tell the story that during COVID, I drove all the way down here just to get butterbeer. I'm about an hour and a half away, depending on traffic. An hour to an hour and a half. But they opened up where they have the Hello Kitty location now. That they were selling butterbeer out there before they were letting people in the park. You could just go to CityWalk, and that was it. But anyway, I came all the way down here to get a butterbeer. Cheers. We got one more update for you guys. Thought this actually at the beginning of the day. We're going to take you back. Hi. We're going to take you back to CityWalk because there's a lot. Not only is there interesting news happening here in the parks, obviously with all the expansion talk and construction, etc., but strange things are happening at CityWalk as well. We'll be starting this show extra early today before we even get into the park. I have a feeling like a third of this report is going to be before we've even gone through bag check. We're in Universal CityWalk now, and there's a lot happening here, and it's difficult for me to sort of ascertain the levels of positivity or negativity. Like, is this a good thing or a bad thing that's happening? Let's talk about it. Before we even get started, before just entering the CityWalk space, there are a bunch of locations, dining locations, retail locations that are closing. This guy right here, I don't even know what that used to be, but I think it's going to become Escapology. Rumor has it, Buca is on the ropes, Buca de Beppo. I'm pretty sure Margaritaville is not doing so great. They may not be long for CityWalk, and really nothing back here does any business anyway. This is the place where you could pretend to skydive, walls up here. You can see demos happen, it's done. That used to be a structure right there. Those guys are in the process of tearing that down. Every time I come to CityWalk, I wonder how any of these spaces down here stay in business at the back end of it, because everybody's just anybody who's here is going to their parking spot, right? This place, Tucson. It's not closing, nor is it rumored to close, but it's never busy in here. This place is not, it was supposed to be a huge thing. It was a big deal when they opened it, and it has just fizzled, in my opinion. I never see big crowds in here. There's not a lot of demand. You don't hear a lot of hype about it, and the space is enormous. The overhead to run this place must be incredible because of all the theming and everything that's going on. The design of the building, the size of it, the overhead on this must be incredible, including the rent. And I can't imagine they're in the black on this place, and how they're surviving, if they are, is a complete mystery to me.
No,
I know it just looked really empty in there. It's 11 a.m. They just opened, so I wasn't expecting to find a crowd there. But yeah, it was quiet. But Tombstone's great. I think they have a great concept. It's a great idea. I love the idea of it, and they even had some sort of costumed characters walking around there, like themed characters. They got rid of those though. those characters are no longer in the store. I'm worried about Tucson, but I hope they can make it. Meanwhile, walls up here next to Starbucks. Walls up here at the escalator. They've got a scrim up there. I'm not sure what's going on there. And we're just getting started, by the way. This was a restaurant that I can't remember the name of it. That's closed. That just closed in the last few months. That was Abercrombie & Fitch. It's closed for who knows what. This was Sparky's, an absolute staple of CityWalk for forever, it seems like. They're gone. They're being replaced by the Slice House, some kind of pizza joint. It's just a matter of time before the sock market, how that place stays in business, I don't know. This location here has closed, and I don't remember what that was before, but it's going to be apparently Insomnia Cookies. Looks like the Italian Vivo, the Italian Kitchen is still here, but this location right next door, again, I can't, it's been too long since I've been here. Nondescript, it was completely unmemorable. Store location there, also closed. Look at that, we got walls up down here, down the way as well. I believe that whole stretch was Popcornopolis. I know that is, but I can't remember if that was, is that the Creperie? I think that's the Creperie that's closed right there. That was Crepes. Popcornopolis closed also, 2 stores right next to each other, and it is my understanding, I've just recently heard that Billabong will also be closed. So all 3 of those locations down that stretch are out of business here. As a matter of fact, I think Billabong is completely out of business forever and everywhere. That's a lot. Imagine having that conversation at downtown Disney and seeing, 8, 9 locations being closed? So the question is why? What's happening? What's happening at CityWalk that is forcing that? I feel like it could be a combination of a few things. Universal is in the process of expanding. We're going to get into some more of that as we get into the park, but there's more to come at Universal. We got the whole Fast and Furious thing, we all know about that, but there's more on the horizon. Plus a hotel, which I think I'll have a chance to look at the parking lot construction here in a minute. They're building a hotel right on site. So it's not as though Universal is dying. Now, I will say this though, I think the difficulty in keeping a retail location here is tied to the fact that they get plenty of traffic of guests coming in and out of the park, for sure. But you can't just come here casually. You can't just come to CityWalk. Like, you can go to downtown Disney. You can pay parking per the hour. You can even get validated for a little while. So, a portion of your parking cost can be comped. You come to Universal CityWalk, you have to pay $35. If you're just coming to CityWalk, you got to pay $35 just to shop. That ain't cool. But I feel like part of the reason why we're seeing this, rapid collection of stores closing is because Universal is preparing for a new era, and they've jacked up the rents. They've jacked up the rents because they know they're about to pop, or their plan is to pop. And so there's a lot of stores here that simply cannot afford that. It's already probably got to be very expensive to exist here. This place has got to be, the rent here, it's got to be astronomical, just like it is downtown Disney. So there's a limit to how much they can afford. So I feel like that's what's happened, is that it isn't so much that they went out of business because they weren't getting any action. It just wasn't enough to accommodate the new additional rents that were going to have to be paid for whatever Universal has planned in the future. To that end, it's not like it's a complete lost cause. There's a lot of dining locations, a lot of retail here that have been here for a long time and look to be here for a little while still. They're going to survive all this. Bubba Gump Shrimp, Antojitos is still here. Johnny Rockets. Meanwhile, Sephora, the retail store Sephora, that's going to hang around. It's sugar. Thank God. I love that location. It's perhaps my favorite spot here. So I do think it's some of the places that, I don't know. Man, just some places like the retail, like Billabong, they're just not surviving in general. And I'm really concerned. I'm really worried about Buca de Beppo's, and I'm worried about anything on that back end of CityWalk, and of course to some chocolate factory. I hope they make it. I really do. It seems like a fun place to go. Now that's a lot, guys. We've covered a lot of ground today. I feel like I've been here all day, and I've pretty much been here for the opening. I mean, I got here at like 10:30. It's going on 5 now. I'll be here for most of the day. But I'm not gonna. We teased the backlot tour earlier. That's how we're gonna wrap our afternoon. We actually did film some of that as well. So enjoy some of the highlights from the Universal Studios backlot tour, where they cut it a little bit short because they were filming, so we didn't get to see all that we normally could see.
I'll tell you right now, as soon as they put this track down here, down the side of the mountain, I was like, I'm never getting on that ride. And it's way too scary for me. Now, our movie studio was founded on March 15th, 1915. I know. Every city's got multiple Starbucks. That's the thing. There's a kid in the front car that said, what? That's what's happening. Sound stages. Because we have total control over all of the light, and it's about 98% soundproof. Who's Frankenstein's lab? Dracula's castle. How about Michael Schur? He created Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Good Place. He's an executive producer on Hacks and Man on the Inside. He was also a writer on The Office. Take pictures. Those are our Metro sets. If you saw Captain America, when Steve is chasing down Hydra agents barefoot in Brooklyn, that was Brooklyn. If you like Transformers, when Shia LaBeouf Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted. Look at these cool costumes, guys. I don't know. Take pictures. Paparazzi, take pictures. All right. They also worked on the Lord of the Rings movies, the Hobbit movies, Avatar: Way of Water. That whole movie was special effects. They won their 7th Oscar for it. Did anybody see Wonder Woman? They did a special effect in Wonder Woman I didn't know was happening. Because the lead actor, the ocean on the TV series McHale's Navy, it was the ocean in 2 Gilligan's Island movies, and it was the river that they sang Old Man River on in the musical Showboat. But don't worry, they found a new way to catch the sharks. My friend Paul has been working here for like 20 years, and he has started wrestling the sharks. He puts them in like a lever hold or a leg lock or something. I don't know. It's amazing. They say there's less blood this way. Y'all, that pier is lit. If you see a shark, scream. Do the backstroke. Ours is very well behaved. Steven Spielberg's was not. The first day of filming, his shark sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean, and the crew started calling it, they're like the first Priuses. I call them prehistoric. I hear the rooms are killer, and the showers are to die for. And they have been slashing. Dresses like a mama's boy, though. It's a dead giveaway that there's a problem. Red flag. Also, he looks a little like my ex-boyfriend. James, I don't feel like we should be watching this. I feel weird about it. Should we? Oh, wait, he's gonna talk to us. Oh gosh. You feel in a bit. I like to call this road the psychopath. If you look to the 2nd floor, you might see Mother. She hangs out there sometime. If you don't see her, please don't stress out, because you're not gonna miss the next thing. It's huge. It's the airplane crash from War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. But it had been retired, so it was not allowed to fly out here. Do you know how they got it out here?
Look into the Winky Well. Have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on.
Okay.
Someone on the tram is in the witness protection program. There's a bad guy chasing after us named Owen Shaw.
It is now our job to protect the witness.
Ladies, just back up a little bit. Got it. Slightly. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
It's all good. We got to go. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it. They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is.
That's our State of Universal. If you like State of reports, check out our most recent State of DCA report that was released earlier this week. Otherwise, thanks for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Bake.